Welcome back to Legendary Sniff. My name's Anthony.
I'm Jack. Alright, continuing fucking...
Aladdin's Playhouse.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed also, but, So, Rajan, this, like, tiger dude we're stealing the wings from now, right? Is, like, a spice king. And he deals, like, illegal spices.
Like curry? Or Danadal.
Well, he is Indian, right? So it is, like, curry. It is, like, how they sell it. But, like... really what's going on is that he's like a drug dealer, basically. Like they were just trying to figure out a way to like put, you know, a drug dealer into the game without it necessarily being a legitimate drug dealer.
He's a Bengal tiger, you know, the ones that aren't from Russia. You'll be seeing that Jeopardy episode tomorrow?
What is this, the 6th one? Yeah, so it'd be tomorrow for this.
Yeah, there's a question about tigers and Jack gets it wrong.
Spoiler.
Hello.
It's not a big question. It's just in the middle of it somewhere.
Hello? Sorry, sir, but we have a dress code. You got a tuxedo?
Tuxedo?
No.
Sorry, pal. No tux, no entry.
So we need a tuxedo to get into that party that was
steal
going
one.
on. Yeah.
Somehow I totally overlooked the need for formal wearing. So that guy's not going to let you in without a tuxedo.
Don't beat yourself up, Ben.
It looks like a
Party
pig.
this ritzy, there has to be a spare penguin suit around
Kinda
here
is.
With one eye.
Try the guest house. Someone may have overpacked.
So you're betting all this on the fact that someone overpacked.
What I also like is that like he stops with his binocucom out like right in front of the door. Like if the guy just opened the door again, he just see you standing there talking into a set of binoculars.
So I've been into sim games recently, not like The Sims, but like simulation games.
Like what?
So I started playing this game called Universe Sim. It's like Universe SIM, but all in one word. So it's like Universum. So pretty much you have a world, and you start off in the Stone Age with one building and two people, and you start in the I said Stone Age, and then you're trying to go through
I'm in position inside the guest house.
the ages.
Have any intel for me?
I'm
Well,
letting them talk.
I'd recommend searching all the rooms. It's statistically probable that each should hold at least one portion of a tuxedo.
What do I look for inside the rooms?
This isn't an exact science. Ransack the place until you find part of a tuxedo.
Any plan which involves ransacking is okay with me.
We're gonna fuck people.
So you play the role of like God. You're trying to go through the ages. You're like upgrading. There's like a million upgrades you can do to like just get different buildings and stuff like that. And so like you can influence people to fall in love. You can throw down meteors, fire. You can heal people, whatever. And but like so all the stuff you can kind of do, like healing people and stuff. Sooner or later you can get hospitals, so like it does all that stuff for you. So I got to the point where I'm in the medieval age, like almost modern age, and I had over 250 people in my world.
Yeah.
Just starting from just two, who ended up, it's a total inbreeding situation, but whatever. So I had like 250 people. I'm like doing good. All my buildings are like fully staffed, and I have laborers. And I'm going around the world, and I see like a neighboring like colony starting up, and I'm like, well, these aren't my people. Let me have some fun here. Like I'm gonna throw down a meteor strike on this town and just annihilate it. And so you have like prayer points like that will build up because people believe in you as like their god. So it cost me
That's how that works. Okay.
It cost me like 350 prayer points, which is a lot. And I
didn't think that would bring me outside.
it cost me 350 prayer points, which is a lot. And then, so you have pumps on the lakes, which pump water into like reservoir like containers. And you can pump so much water that the lakes start to drain. And to bring the lakes like back, you have to make it rain over the lake. Sometimes it'll naturally rain, but most of the time you have to do it yourself. And like my people, in the winter the pumps don't work, so you have to use stored up water for your people. And there was one winter where like all my water was gone, like all my buildings were without water. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna build like I'm gonna have my people build 1,000,000 pumps. And so my lake started draining, and so I was using all my prayer points to have it rain on these lakes. And then it goes, there's a firestorm coming. And I go, yeah, I go, what? It goes, it's a summer, it's a very hot summer. Things are going to start catching on fire. I have fire stations at this point. So I'm like, okay, they'll probably be able to do it. It fucking wiped out so much of my, like, world, which was taking up maybe, like, a quarter of the world at this point. It killed so many people. I fucking built it all up. But I was losing people because so many died, so a lot of my buildings weren't staffed. So, like, the people who, like, rebuild stuff weren't fully staffed and stuff like that. And then I was like, alright, cool, I'm finally kind of getting back. Like, people are having babies, and my population's going back up. Another firestorm. I was like, so my world is just in shambles right now. All because I wanted to mess with another fucking city. The firefighters did not do anything.
So what the fuck is this game? Like, where is it on Steam?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm playing it on Steam. It's just like a world simulation going through ages and upgrading stuff. Like, there's like oil refineries and stuff like that. Like, it's not as complicated as like some of the other sim games where you have to like super micromanage. Like, you're micromanaging, and it's kind of cool because like you're micromanaging some stuff, and then all of a sudden you kind of like look at it and you're like, oh, like I'm taking it. Like, it's dark in the area that I'm working, and I spin the world to get to like the other side of my kingdom or whatever. And like it's light on the other side of my kingdom because the sun hasn't set over there yet, and you're like, oh damn, like I have like a full ass like I have a like full ass world going here, and then a fucking firestorm starts, and half your population dies off, so you don't have anyone manning any buildings, and it's really sad. And now I just don't even know what to do. I also accidentally released a plague that fucking like poisoned like 60 people.
So are you playing like what, like more than one sim game? Like, you made it sound like you're like invested in this genre of games now. Like,
well, so I've been like looking at a lot of sim games on YouTube just to like see like what maybe my next sim game might be. But I'm trying to stick with universe, and like it's at the point where like if this world really goes to like crap like this, I might just start a new world because it's that like entertaining.
what the fucking not great.
It's that entertaining and fun to me. Like, I have almost 6 hours played on it, just like in between like league matches and stuff like that, or just like when I've nothing else to do. But
Seems like you have nothing else to do quite a bit.
what you've been experiencing in these past 2 episodes is so Friends of or the new Story of Seasons is coming out in like a week or so, and like Olive Town or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like looking at it like, oh, maybe we can play it. And I was like, fuck, like I want to play this now. So I just like looked up Story of Seasons on like the Switch store because this is using the HDMI.
I just thought this guy like calls for backup.
This is like using the HDMI 1 port, so I kind of switched over to the Wii because these kind of take like 10 minutes to save or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird how long these take to save.
And then so I was playing, so I downloaded Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town, which you're saying is like almost like par for...
It's literally Harvest Moon.
Yeah,
Friends
like,
of Mineral Town.
Like I was telling Jack that Story of Seasons and Harvest Moon were the same thing. They just got released under different names in the US and Japan, but I don't know if it was recently or whenever they broke off to do their own thing. So that's why the new Story of Seasons and the new Harvest Moon are totally different games. I guess Story of Seasons is supposed to be the real Harvest Moon. But I downloaded Friends of Mineral Town, and I've been playing that in between episodes, and it seems like that might be like a fun little like sim type game to be playing too.
We found that out because we have this whole like system where we're like, oh, this game is coming out that's, you know, it's gonna be popular, like people are gonna be watching it.
I don't know if we're gonna do Outriders because that's our next like priority game.
Yeah,
It's on April 1st. We'll decide. We'll look at some gameplay, see if it's worth it or whatnot. I know people are already like playing the demo and whatnot, but like we have like Pokemon Snap on our games that like we need to play, and Resident Evil Village is a big one that Jack will be playing because I don't like scary games.
I'm excited as fuck for that.
But go on with what you were saying.
Yeah, so we were like looking through the list of like upcoming games, and it like kind of sucks being like, you know, a smaller YouTuber, and like we're looking up this new Harvest Moon or this new Story of Seasons game, like, oh, like maybe if we play it, like people would be interested in it or whatever, and like there's already videos of people like, we got an early copy of Story of Seasons, like watch us play it, and it's
because that's what sucks, because we're like, all right, like I played Crash Bandicoot, and we kind of got lucky that actually I think Crash got released on the Switch. Crash Bandicoot 4 got released on the Switch while we were playing it, which might have been like why like one of our videos got like 20 something views or whatever it got.
Did it go up to 20?
I don't know.
Okay,
but it might be around there now. But so it's like we have to be like, all right, what's gonna bring people like we like? That's why like I play Crash, and Jack's playing Sly because it's like the games we want to play. But we're like, all right, Resident Evil Village is coming out, or Pokemon Snap is coming out on the 30th, and people are gonna want to watch that. We're gonna have to stop whatever series we're doing at the time and put up Pokemon Snap and see how that does, and kind of continue from there to see if we want to keep playing it or not, just to see if it's pulling in viewers. Like we have to do stuff like that because we're so small. Just anything to pull in viewers and hope that you know they subscribe and stick around. But like Jack was saying, it's hard because like the big popular YouTubers who already have the video, who already have like the viewership, get the games early to keep the viewers. It's like, you know, big money in America. They got the money, they keep the money, you know, and make more money with that money.
yeah, which that's fine, like whatever.
Yeah.
But what, you know, that's a whole backing to the actual story, which was that we were like, oh, this new Harvest Moon game is coming out. Which Harvest Moon was it? Do you even remember the name?
Harvest Moon. It's like, oh my god, it's Harvest Moon. Like it's something like encompassing.
4 seasons, or I don't know. Whatever the last fucking Harvest Moon game was, right? It came out like March.
It came out like
3rd, I think.
like a week ago.
20, yeah. But we're like,
One World.
I'm like, dude, this is Harvest Moon One World. I'm like, dude, this new Harvest Moon game's coming out. I was like, I'll be honest, I'm a fan of Harvest Moon. Like, I definitely play it.
I remember I was sitting on the ground over. We have like I said before, we have a board with like we have everything planned out on like a calendar, and I was like, oh yeah, no, like totally. Like if you want to play that next week, that's fine. You can play it. Like we were like even like being like, all right, like we're gonna have to come in next week. We're gonna have to film this at midnight. You have work. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'd work at 7 a.m. the next morning, and we were like talking about film, you know, staying up super fucking late to basically play this game, ruin our sleep schedule.
Yeah, I was like,
consider it a priority game. Like,
Jack was like, we'll play one and like done. And I was like, well, what if we put it up? Because it's gonna be literally the next day we put it up, and it does well. We're gonna want to put up another episode. So like just to save our asses, let's film 2. So we're like, all right, we're gonna have to film for like an hour maybe, like just to get 2 like half-hour episodes out or something like that. And then
yeah, and I Google it, and they're like, well, Harvest Moon nowadays is not the Harvest Moon you thought it was. Like apparently
it's like
Harvest
different
Moon at
devs
this
and
point
stuff like that.
is like the Harvest Moon we know and love is now Story of Seasons,
Yes.
which is like actually they seem like they're doing a pretty good job with the game based on.
Yeah, they're on like I opened up the game. It was like their 25th anniversary. Like Story of Seasons has been around for a while.
Yeah, but we we look up like I'm like, oh shit, dude, there's like a gameplay trailer. Let's look at Harvest Moon's gameplay real quick and see what it's like. Holy shit, was it fucking dog shit looking. Like it looked like a mobile game.
Yeah. And I heard people talking about it in one of the podcasts I listened to. He was like, honestly, in like Harvest Moon, he was like, I always felt like there was a point, like there was something I was working to. He was like, this game just seemed aimless, and he was like, farming in Harvest Moon is fun. He was like, I was just not having fun like playing the game.
So he actually played it.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck. Yeah, I mean, I like the franchise, and like I've played some of the newer ones, and they don't really hold up super well. But yeah, basically we were like, pretty thrilled that we didn't ruin our sleep schedules and like
Yeah.
have a bad time over this stupid bullshit
Like
Harvest Moon.
imagine if we didn't watch a gameplay trailer and we were just like, all right, here we go, and we were like, what?
We started
what the fuck
up.
is this?
What? Wait, are we sure we got the right game? This came out 2021, right? Like,
Like this, the Friends of Mineral Town that I'm playing now, which was obviously a little bit earlier release, looks infinitely better than the new Harvest Moon.
yeah, 100%. So we're pickpocketing the guards to lower the drawbridge.
Okay, to let
But I think we finish
Piggy
this
and
up on
Hippo.
Hippo, yeah. We finish this up on the next episode. So, see you guys.
See ya.